Before we start learning or talking about any religion, I think it's important to address some of the main societal concerns surrounding religion itself. So, most people say that religion is the cause of all wars and all disharmony in the world. But I think it's important for us to consider that perhaps it's not the religion, but rather our perspective of religion and the existence of other religions that is the problem. What we normally do as human beings is if we believe in something, if we believe in a religion or a scripture, then as a human being, it automatically means to us individually that all other religions and scriptures must then be wrong. If ours is right, everything else must be wrong. But this is incorrect, as according to our actual scriptures. So, as Zoroastrians, we are very lucky because through our scriptures, we've come to understand that the five major religions, from which other offshoots have occurred through the passage of time, are actually discussed and identified in our scriptures as Ahura Mazda's divine plan for the perfection of all human beings, or rather, the perfection of all souls. So here I'm going to talk about Yasna Ha 19, paragraphs 14 to 16. Here there is a clear reference made to the five major religions and their respective teachers or prophets. The Avestan words being used there are Pancha Tkaesha, which refers to the five paths or five religions, and Pancha, which refers to the five prophets. The idea presented in these passages is that the universe is created according to the divine plan of Ahunawar, wherein the five fundamental groups of souls, human souls, are made and their five religions are fixed from the very beginning. The designation of souls is dependent on what that soul requires for its alchemy. And accordingly, each religion and each prophet will provide those groups of souls with the perfect plan for that soul's perfect alchemy. Here, the very beginning refers to the time or phase in the process of creation. Hence, it is the time before human occupation of earth. It is referring to a time when the formation of the human soul was taking place under the influence of a particular planetary heaven. We say planetary heaven when we refer to the divine realm as opposed to the physical realm. In the same way that our soul is the divine realm of our physical bodies, the divine consciousness of the planetary world has its roots in the planetary heavens. The planetary heaven under whose influence a particular soul was formed determines which of the Pancha Tkaesha Panchavatu it belongs to and is governed by. So we have to keep in mind that all that transpires from the very beginning of creation until its final end or final liberation is all part of the divine plan of Onawar. And although all the prophets had not yet taken birth in this material world, at the time when our souls were being formed and were being classified into these five groups, the paths were laid, and the great souls of the prophets awaited their time to descend into the mortal worlds. So before the arrival of a prophet, the souls that he is to lead have already taken birth on this earth. The absolute mastery of Ahura Mazda's divine plan is not something you or I can assume to understand. However, our knowledge is based on bits of information that has been revealed to us through scripture. Prophets and other saintly beings, such as the Magaus, who have revealed some mystical information to the lady through their chosen messengers. In this way, we have come to understand the hidden truths behind much of our scriptures. And so now I hope that you will enjoy the next video. The discussion is toned down quite a bit so that it is put in a way to help youngsters understand and respect all the five religions and understand that they are here according to Ahura Mazda's divine plan. So I will attach two videos to this video. One is Srirao Patho, or beautiful paths. And the other one is what is religion? And you can also access them individually under the same names if you wish. But here I have just assembled all three videos together. So I do hope you enjoy them. As you're learning about Zoroastrianism, it is important for us to know that all religions profess or declare the existence of a divine being, and all religions are a product of that divine being. In the course of learning about your own religion, you will learn that there is beauty and wisdom in all religions. And even though you will be learning primarily about your own religion, remember that each religion and culture is to be celebrated, not criticized. We must learn to see all religions and cultures as the beautiful mosaic of humanity, that or Mazda's beautiful plan. They are all paths leading to one divinity or one God. In the Fravardin Yasht, you will find the words Srirao Patho, which means beautiful paths. These beautiful paths are the illuminated paths of the five main religions of the world and their respective lawgivers. That means their prophets. And they are there for the liberation of all souls. We find this information in the Manual of Shnumitz, the occult knowledge of Zoroastrianism. Then later on in Haptanyas, Garda 8, we attune ourselves to Patamcha Vicharano and Patamcha Hanjamano. The first one, Patamcha Vicharano, refers to the different paths of all paths leading to Aura. That means all religions. Yes, religions is a plural. Even in the Gathas 31:11, we show the word Deinao means multiple religions, not just one. Then another word, Patamcha Hanjamano, means all paths reverting ultimately to one collective path. Now, what does that mean? So if we take a look at our hands, or if we look at our fingers, we have five fingers, and we can assume that that represents the five major religions. But if you notice, your fingers join at the palm of your hand, and the palm of your hand then joins to your arm. And we can look at that arm as the path of truth, the ultimate path of truth. So here, in a very simple example, we can see that our five fingers join ultimately into one arm, and that arm is um, guided, and all the motions and everything we do with our arms and our fingers is through our mind. So similarly, through our Mazda's divine intelligence, through our Mazda's divine master plan. Remember, his one of his names is Gar means master, craftsman. He knows exactly what he's doing with every single soul. He knows exactly what each soul requires. And he knows that souls like us need help to first find our way to the path of truth. And so he has created five religions. And slowly, as we move up the path of religion, we will soon come to a point where all religions join and it becomes the path of truth. So, why am I saying this? Encouraging and allowing each individual to practice their own religion and culture is to show unconditional love towards that person. It is the best way to be true to yourself and at the same time allow others to be true to themselves. Being true to our Zoroastrian principles would mean being part of a society that allows, encourages, and promotes diversity of religions. So when we achieve this, we achieve the highest form of society. It would mean that we have grown from being a tolerant society, one who tolerates our differences, to a society that celebrates diversity, a society without prejudice, a society of peace and harmony. To understand our religious teachings is to understand that harmony amongst a diversity of religions is necessary. It is to understand that kindness and charity know no bounds. It is to understand that the practice of truth, justice, and love to all humanity are essential to the peaceful and orderly functioning of our societies. We achieve this kind of compassion, peace, and harmony when we direct our thoughts and love to Auramazda. As we live our lives by a religious code, virtues, emotions, and desires arise within us and strengthen our soul's energy and power to make good things happen. Each one of us has the ability to become a better person and be part of a better society. As you learn more about our Mazda and Asho Zarathustra, you will be learning more about yourself too. You will learn how you are connected to our Mazda. You will learn and understand what is expected of you. You will understand how our Mazda and Asho Zarathustra and all the Mishasvins are involved in your life each and every second of the day. You will understand what prayer is and how it helps you. My goodness, you are going to learn so much about who you are and why you are here on this beautiful earth. I hope you're ready for this exciting adventure into the world of Yazid's, your own spirituality, and all things heavenly and divine. This is Abobi Karapur. Talk to you soon. What exactly is religion? Well, from a human perspective, some say that it is an expression of faith. Some say it is a system of beliefs. Well, it is both those things indeed, but it is so much more. To truly understand religion, we must try to look at it from the perspective of the prophets or God's messengers who brought religion to mankind. The prophets tell us that religion is a recipe, a divine formula by which to live our lives. They tell us that they themselves are messengers of God, sent down to earth to help us find our way back to Dadar Mazda, back to God by any name. Religion, then, is a path. It is a path that awakens our own spiritual components. If we follow and stay on that path, it will lead us to the highest heavens. It will bring us closer to our Mazda each and every step of the way. There is more to practicing religion than that tiny part of the day that we devote to prayer. When you practice religion, it becomes the sum total of your life. Every thought you think, every word that you speak, and every action that you take should be processed through the engine of your religion. The way in which we live our lives is the way in which we practice our religion. That means speaking the truth as opposed to telling a lie. It means practicing charity as opposed to greed. It means developing selflessness as opposed to self centeredness. It means defending the good, protecting the weak, pursuing the truth, devoting your life to your divine purpose, developing humility towards God, kindling devotion towards your religion and to God, to Dadara Mazda. The way in which we live our lives is the way in which we practice our religion. It is not enough to follow just the moral code. Practice humility, selflessness, austerity, charity, truth in everything you do, purity of body, mind, and soul. We also have to follow the spiritual code of customs, rituals, and prayers. The spiritual code means that each of the five religions have a very special setup of customs and rituals and prayer. And so to practice the religion, it's not enough just to practice the moral code, we also have to practice the spiritual code. So when we merge the moral code, the rituals, like praying our Sadhukasti, like having a jashan, like doing prayers for our departed souls, this moral code, rituals, prayers of our religions, when we bring it into our lives, we reach beyond the confines of our material world. That means we go beyond those things that we can just see, feel, hear, or touch. It enables these things together, enables us to reach beyond these limitations. It helps us see into the spiritual world. They help us focus onto what is important. What is our purpose? What is God? Why are we here? And with prayer, through prayer, ultimately our understanding soars through the highest heaven and ultimately helps us understand Dharmasta and our purpose here. Each religion is a path designed for a specific group of souls and their journey through life in a way that helps that soul progress towards God by any name. It is a path made of a moral code, as well as customs, rituals, and prayers. The path of each soul's religion is the shortest distance between that soul and God. I'll just repeat that. The path of each soul's religion, that means each of our religions, is the shortest distance between us and God. It is a path that awakens our spiritual components. And although the moral code is the same for each religion is a different path to Dharmasta, is a different path to God by any name, and caters to the different requirements of the souls in question. So, for example, if we have 5 children and one child is good in language, another child is good in math, another child is good in sports, and so on. Another child might be good in art and or singing. They all have different qualities, but they all might be a little bit lacking in something else. So what Dharmasta does with 5 religions is he sees not only our good points, our strong points, but he wants to help us just work on our deficient points, the points where we are lacking. Just like a tutor will come and tutor you. If you're poor in math, you will learn math through a tutor. If you're poor in language, you'll learn language through a tutor. Similarly, religions then help us work on those aspects of our personality, of our good and bad qualities, and help us fix them and become perfect in all areas. If we follow and stay on that path, it will lead us to the highest heavens. It will bring us closer to Dharmasta each and every step of the way. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now. Sabobitara.